Bam, boom, boom. Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the 15th of October episode of the Beer Blades and Bushcraft livestream, as hosted and done by me, Mr. Raindancebushcraft himself, Jess Corbet. I got beer. I gotta talk about bushcraft, and I don't actually have a blade on me right now, which is interesting. Well, that's not entirely true. There's a blade on this baby right here, so we're gonna call that legit. Okay. Yes, I decided to stick a nail in the wall and hang the axe next to my computer, since it's always hanging around my computer anyway. Hey, Austin, how's it going? Sober October there? I've never even heard of Sober October. What is that? But like suddenly I'm hearing those words everywhere. What does that even mean? Like the first was a meme I saw on the Book of Faces. Like someone said, "You can have your Sober October. I'll be on a bender till December," or something like that. I don't quite remember, but I've never even heard of Sober October. Is that like a thing? Oh, I got a splinter earlier today. It's bugging me something fierce. Stupid splinters. Stupid splinters. No booze or mind-altering substance for a full continuous month. Hi there, beer. You're my only friend. I'm just kidding. What I'd like to do is a month without sugar. No, like not without sugar, because then you can't eat fruit. But I mean, without added sugar, without refined sugars, without fructose glucose, or what they call, what in the States I think they call high fructose corn syrup. Hey Simon, comment va? Well, I mean, caffeine it's a drug. Hi Serge, how's it going? I got beer. You got, actually, do you, or no? Because you're working in the morning, right? You're doing these things dry now, aren't you? Aren't you? Just getting comfy here, guys. I did not change my t-shirt for the live stream because I was hanging out at Canoe Hound Adventures live stream before here. I invited myself into their panel discussion on canoes. I'll say that later when there are more people. But yeah, so that was fun. But it meant that I didn't have time between that live stream and mine to run upstairs and get into a Rain Dance Bushcraft shirt. Aside from that, how's everybody's? You're just off from work now, Simo? Legit. I'm. I don't even know what's going on at my work. I've been off for so long that I don't even know how it's going over there. But I will say that being a stay-at-home parent is kind of like working 24 hours a day. Like, because I'm live streaming, the missus will cover if the baby wakes up squealing or something. But generally speaking, because she has to go to work early, I do all the childcare stuff. I mean, when I was working and she was on leave up until a couple of months ago, then it was the other way around, right? But still. But yeah. So, did everyone see my sleeping bag review on Friday? I think that they're going to try to get me to review a tarp next. I was really impressed with that sleeping bag. I'm not being paid to say this. They didn't sponsor a YouTube video. They don't even know I did a YouTube video yet. They sponsored like an Amazon review, So yeah, I saw that you saw the review. The reason I'm talking about it now is because you said that you might want to look for a new bag at some point. For the price, that's a pretty good option. It's really not a deep winter bag, though. It's not one of those, minus 40 C bags or something. I was talking to Mike Morton, and he has a marmot that's good down to about minus. Yeah, I saw that you commented, Simo. He has a marmot bag that is good down to minus 40. But it was like $1,000 bag. Like the deeper the cold that they're good for, the further north goes the price, you know? But I would like to have a nice, like, I would like to have a bag, shall we say, that'll go down to -40. Because I haven't gone like really, like legit winter camping in years and years and years. I used to do it as part of the Royal Canadian Air Cadets, but post that, like I haven't been in years. And I'd like to get set up to do it, you know, like a hot tent with a stove and a wicked sleeping bag and just start going, you know, because the fact is the forest doesn't stop being gorgeous when it's covered in snow. In fact, it becomes more gorgeous in some ways than it was in the summer, you know, or in fall. We were just up at a friend's cabin in Saint Adele on Sunday, and like the entire forest is ablaze in orange and yellow and red. It's like it's all birch, and it was fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And I feel that for the past 10 or 20 years, I've almost ignored the forest in the winter because I'm not into skiing or whatever, but snowshoeing is great. You know, but that I really got into snowshoeing pretty recently, like maybe 10 years ago. And having a kid makes you enjoy the snow in a much better way. So I want to sort of open up the camping in that way as well. I'd like to start winter camping with a hot tent. And I saw that Adrenaline Adventures reviewed a hot tent last year, I think it was, um, that has a zip-in floor. And I think, hey Rob, yeah, right. The colors, holy crap, man, holy crap. It's my favorite season, you know, fall. There's nothing like it. I love every season for something. Well, in Montreal, spring isn't a season. It's like I think Robin once said it's not so much a season as an event. You know, like it's one of those things where you blink and it's gone. So I mean, I like the idea of spring, but I've never had a long enough spring to really know. um, but the woods are beautiful no matter what season you're in. You know, it's just the way they're beautiful changes. Nora took a heap of pics out the window. Nice. Yeah, it's an olfactory experience. Yes, as a winter's worth of dog poo starts to thaw. Just they're home, but not the traffic. Yeah, it took us 2 hours to get there because the traffic was heavy. It was, no. Who's got beer, by the way? I know that Serge's letting me down for a legit reason. But I will put the tea down until after the beer. What do I have? 49 degrees, 54 degrees. Gauze fumée à la mire de l'île Fogo. So, Fogo Island, myrrh. I don't know what a gauze is. It's a kind of beer, I know, but I don't. Crap, it's a strong beer. Oh, it's not that bad. So there it is. 49 degrees, 50 something degrees. Come on, bottle. By 49.54. It's part of their Wild Oats series. Gauze fumée à la mire de l'île Fogo. So, Fogo is in Newfoundland. It's a 600 ml, and it is. Wait, where's the information I'm trying to save here? I'm trying to share, and it says 6.7% alcohol. Please focus, man. Jesus. There we go. Hold on. The colors made my driving back and forth between Montreal and Shawinigan 3 times last week way better than expected. Yeah, it's spectacular, you know. It's absolutely spectacular. I love it. We'll crack some wine so as not to be left out. Good man, Rob. Austin signed up to take your ham radio license upgrade exam yesterday. Nice. Okay. Sure thing, Austin. Oh, sounds you got a beer saved up for our next. Yeah, we gotta hit the woods again soon. We gotta do it, man. We gotta go. In fact, I know what I want to do for our next outing. I have a few videos that I've been meaning to do, and I just haven't had the time. And, it's a lot harder because I lost access to the hunting land that I used to go to. Like, if you guys who've been watching for a long time will remember that I used to do a lot of videos up at our hunting land. I don't have that land anymore, so like the only time I can get to a chunk of something is like up at my mother-in-law's house up in Oka, lakefront property out there in the country, or if like say Serge and I go to Saint Christine or something, Bitter. A little herbal, like the myrrh. Good. I've had this before. In fact, I've probably had this on an episode of Beer Blades and Bushcraft before. It just went. Wait a minute. Damn it! There goes my conceit of always having a beer I've never had before on these live streams. Starting at 5:30 tomorrow, signal. Yep. Yeah. I haven't thought about doing the ham license or the ham radio thing. But I've got so many things on the go all the time that adding another activity on would just not going to happen. Or at least not right now. Because like certain projects are on the back burner because I've got so much going on. Like Robin and I, the very end of finishing off my workbench hasn't happened in months, because there's just so much going on. And of course, there's a birthday every freaking weekend or whatever, but whatevs. Hey, Tenenbaum, you are accumulating unfinished. I owe you an email. I started emailing you from this damn phone. Here's the thing, and then I forgot about it because look, here's what's happening. This is my loaner phone, right? Because as I said, my actual phone died the day before I went for my Alberta tour. If the battery on this phone hits 10%, it suddenly just goes at 0. So I was in the middle of writing you an email, and it died. So I will reply to your email. I would love to figure out a way to actually see you when you take your trip. It's a lot of hours between us, but But Tenenbaum, what kind of projects are you not finishing? Yeah, Simo, it's just, man, it's so interesting too, They were interviewing someone on this CBC, a woman who had her ham license and did, went on like every night after supper kind of thing. That was a weird sound. Yeah, Tenenbaum, I hear you. I'm supposed to be like partway through by this point building a deck for around the pool. I haven't even started. So many things. Yeah, I cleaned actually, okay. It doesn't look like it right here, but I have cleaned this office. Excuse me, Rob will be interested to know. I have gotten the garage to the point where if we decide to go in and organize it, we don't have to dig through stuff to get to it. Like I threw out a lot of stuff today with a goal to the next step being to get it organized, which I'll either do this week or next week, or if you want to come in so we can set it up as a space to work in, that would be great too. I took a lot of the firewood out. I'm going to take it to Oka and burn it there. Because you're right, man. I'm not going to burn all that stuff in my little hobo stove, my little IKEA cutlery caddy hobo stove, you know? Serge, your back burner is the size of a football. Okay, so a lot of us have the same issues here. Yeah, I think Simon is racking up the wear and tear on his car pretty fast. Hold on a second, guys. Je vais le faire comme en live stream. Je vais nettoyer tout. Ok, je pensais que tu nettoyais. Ok. T'as monté de quoi? Ok. Ok, génial. Merci. Where was I? Prioritization is the key. Man, Simo, you know it. I have axe heads. I have axe heads to put handles on. Like you would not believe. No. That makes it sound like I got a great big pile of them. I have axe heads to put handles on that I've wanted to put handles on for months. I have one that I wanted to put on for a couple of years now. Simo, that I just reminded myself. Yeah, you do, and I meant to remind him about us last week, and then I didn't have time to. But I'm going to drop him an email and say, "Are we coming up on the production schedule soon?" Because this seems really long, and I'm not used to waiting this long for axe handles from him. So I think what happened was I do know that he had 2 really big orders happening, and we probably just sort of slipped through the cracks. You know. And another thing on my back order list is to find the money to buy one of those Yulia Kaltov axes. I should get on that. Buy a canoe. I should get on that. Get a piece of land and build a log cabin. Townsend's is building a log cabin right now. I don't know how many. I know that some of you guys watch Townsend's, that channel, and they're building a log cabin. And I'm dying to do that. I'm dying to do that. It's going to happen at some point. I'm going to have to win the lottery to make it happen because I don't think that it would be a family project. But, it's got to happen. We were at a very, very nice cabin this weekend that like you guys know what I want is to build a log cabin and like maybe put in a flush toilet as a nod towards the family or something. But that cabin we were at was pretty nice. One thing you don't get with a traditional log cabin is like a wall full of windows. And when you're in spectacular fall conditions, you really want a wall full of windows, Yeah, it was very nice. Oh, Simone, yeah, a company car would really do you well. If you're driving like that, it would be a massive plus. Absolutely. Oops, I just lost the window. Hold on, guys. Let me find it. Hold on a second. Hold on just 1 second, guys. I'm doing an emergency email just popped up. I'm on the governing board at my daughter's school, so we just had to vote on something, on an emergency. Well, that's done. If you want to buy on the South Shore, you might want to split the cost with me. Come on, man! Don't you want to buy a little chunk of the boreal forest? There's some pretty nice places down on the South Shore, actually. I went and bought a bunch of white oak boards from a guy who had or has essentially a farm. It's not a working farm, but it's that big. It's a big chunk of land, about 15 minutes from the U.S. border, and it's a lot of birch and a lot of nice stuff. But I do still, the dream though for me is a chunk of boreal, preferably lakefront. But if it's got a stream running through it, then that would be fine. I mean, I'm saying this like I'm in any position to buy, right? I'm talking about a dream I've had forever here. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, getting anything within 200 kilometers of Montreal is much more expensive than it used to be. I keep looking, and it's just crazy, just crazy. Even out in the gas bay would be nice. Somewhere where there's no light pollution, There we go. Somewhere where there's no light pollution, so that on a clear night, what you see up in the sky is not the glow from Saint Adèle or La Belle or pick a city near wherever the hell you guys live, One night in the gas bay, my wife has has family that own a tree farm out there. Well, they own many big lots, and they're tree farmers. And we were sitting out there in a field one night. Well, we had a little cabanon to sleep in, like a little shack. We were there moose hunting, and I stepped out to take a pee. And whenever I'm under a inky black starry sky, I look up because I'm enchanted by that stuff. And just as I look back, like I walked far, far away to take a pee. And then I came and I was walking back, and it was like inky black up there. Down below, you could just make out the shadow of like trees, field, and like the silhouette of the house with a glow, an orange glow from the window. And like, that was it. Everything else was like, and like out there, the Milky Way is not like this sort of vaporous sweep across the sky. You can see the clouds of it, And I looked up, and this meteorite shot across just above the cabin and disintegrated. But like, because there was no light, you know, in the city you see like a smudge and it's gone. But I saw it like roiling, you know, like the roiling of flames of it, and I'm never gonna forget that. Like moments like that are the moments I live for. Some people live for getting an Aston Martin. Well, okay, I wouldn't mind an Aston Martin, but you know, stuff like that. But no, moments like that are what I live for. Didn't look for it. I was just on my way from taking a piss out in the pitch black woods, hoping the hell I didn't get chomped on by something. Enchanting moment. Absolutely enchanting. You know? Tyler's here. How's it going, man? Trombone's pretty nice, though. Tyler, I'm going to drop you an email later about one of my recent videos. Guys, Tyler and I spoke about keywords and tags and stuff at one point, and then when the conversation just sort of dissipated. But I want to try and experiment with you. I'll drop you a line after this is done, okay? Bas and Laurent, yeah, well, it's nice there too. Oh, you've been better? What's up with you, Tyler? You feeling under the weather? Yeah, Simone, the thing about the Aston Martin is they don't make anything that's for people who care about their carbon footprint, you know? They don't. Also, one of my buddies had one once. He finally sold it on because, you know, he met Mrs. Right and they're thinking about family and stuff. But this guy, you know, it had an air conditioning problem that ran him, 10 grand. No, thank you. Outdoors here. Hey, man, everyone's here now. I mean, many people are here now. But yeah, you know, like almost no one ever gets to see that, right? To most people, if they see a shooting star, that's it. And it's the kind of stuff that you do get to see if you step out of the city far enough that there's no light pollution, you know? If you take the drive, man, you know, you click into an air-conditioned car in the middle of the diesel stink of a major North American city. You drive a few hours. Maybe you take a break at the Tim Hortons, you know, at the rest stop or whatever, but you keep driving, you hit the woods, and you keep driving, and then you get to where you... Excuse me. Number one. You get to where you're going, out there in the boreal, or pick your forest, away from everything. You turn off the air conditioning, you open the door, and the air just smells different. The air just smells different. Because it is different. It's not, you're not surrounded, there's no buses zooming by, there's no diesel, there's no gas, there's no, none of those urban stinks. The air smells alive, you know? It smells like cedar and pine and spruce and what the air should smell like. Hold on. Wait. Going back, I'm missing, okay. Hector says, Salut, Sergeant Simon. TikTok, I tried avoiding it, but with there not being hardly any, if all bushcrafter had to make an account, you should too, Jess. TikTok? I don't even know what that is, Tyler. Speaking of not knowing what that is, what the hell was that? What the hell is TikTok? Excuse me while I check this out. Is that like a TikTok.com thing? TikTok is a Ugandan silent short film written and directed by Usama Mukwaya. The movie features single actor. Nope. TikTok, make your day. me see. Is this what it is? Real people, real videos. Yeah, but is this going to cost me? Because YouTube costs me enough. But if this is like a monthly pay thing I got to do, then I'm going to leave this open. I'm going to check it out when we're done here. Yeah. Oh, hey, RDB, lol. Yeah, thanks. Kids are in bed? Yeah, my kids are in bed too. Man, the young one is sick again. It's like, fudge. Dear universe, leave her the hell alone. You know? That was 2. 1.9, there was no... Tyler spilled water all everybody's on his way to the chat. Okay, Nick, thanks. Yeah, and Timo, you're working hard. You're cutting up your daughter's deer tonight. Nice. So that was her first deer with crossbow, or that was her first deer and she got it with a crossbow? Outdoor. Videos, no photos. Okay. It's an app. Okay, good to know. You saw the auroras in La Valley with a couple of friends who pulled over and just watched. Yeah, I would do the same. See the sales. Tyler's here. Spilling water, but he's here. What you drinking, Tyler, aside from water? Or is that all you're drinking? Her first year, and she got it with a crossbow. Because I would like to get a crossbow. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm ever going to go hunting again. I don't know what the hell's going on with the hunting. I don't know what's going on with the group. I don't know if they got land, and I just don't know about it. I don't know. So, whereas I would love to take up crossbow hunting, it's really hard to justify spending the money on a crossbow right now. Because the reason I'd like to pick up crossbow or like muzzle loader even is to extend my season, you know. But I got a gun in there that I haven't even taken out of its locker or whatever the hell you call those things in a couple of years, you know. So I don't know. Apple cider. Apple cider is a good drink. How old is your daughter there, Outdoor? Water everywhere. You know what else is a good drink? You're hunting half a mile from your house. She's 13 and her third hunting season. Nice. There's they probably have this everywhere, but here in Quebec, there's a thing about your first deer license, and it's I don't remember how it works, but it's for like the 12-year-old who's hunting for their first deer. I don't remember if that gives you the right to a female or not, like male or female, or I don't remember how it works, but there's a specific permit for kids who are hunting for their first deer. Anyways, I'm glad. Getting your first deer at 13 is nice. That's for sure. So this past weekend I was gigging, and whereas Friday night was fantabulous, Saturday night, for most of the night, there were more people on stage than there were in the audience. It was a very dead night. And it's funny because there's this thing where, like, I'm walking out the door to go to work, and my girls are snuggling down for movie night, and I'm just looking at them and thinking, like, why can't I just stay? And a night when, like, we're rocking out and the whole place is pumping and jumping, it's fine. It's worth it. But on a night like Saturday where nobody cares and we're fighting the inertia of a hockey crowd and then it gets really empty, it's like, I should have just stayed home and watched a damn movie with my girls, you know? We can shoot does, but only if we purchase a doe tag. The way it works here is there's a what the hell's it called? Like a lottery. Okay, you buy a ticket and they pull a certain number of doe tags, and if you're lucky, you get one. I've never gotten one, and I bought doe tags for like 8 years straight. And it depends on the region, like the zone you're in. I hunt in zone 16 north, and I've never gotten a doe tag. And you can't buy a doe tag here. It's purely lottery driven. Yeah, Dory, it looked like you went to a good gig on Saturday evening. First come, first serve. You got two, your daughter got one. Yeah. I mean, look, I hunt with two Mohawks, right? Those guys can shoot whatever the hell they want. But they tend not to do that. They tend to sort of follow the same rules that I have to follow. I guess in the name of not making me feel bad for being white or something. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the rule now is that the antlers have to be at least 10 centimeters each. I don't know what that is in inches. It was a rule change a few years back. But anyway. TikTok, make your day. I'll see if TikTok will work on my ancient freaking phone. TikTok, little devil, do ya? What? That doesn't make any sense. App Store. I'm not going to spend too much time on. Oh, this phone is so slow. Holy crap, guys. This phone is so slow. I mean, I'm grateful that somebody lent me a phone and all, but holy snap. TikTok. Tiki-taki. TikTok, make your day. That's it. Let's see if it'll work on my phone. Installation-wise. I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah, Anticosta you can get two. I mean, they're small, though. I used to work with someone who went to Anticosti every year. I don't have that kind of money. I'm not going to Anticosti Island for a deer hunt every year. No way. An iPhone SE2 might be coming before spring. Nice. I think I'm going to have to go for that 11 Pro, though. Not necessarily the big one, but because those cameras make me weak in the knees. Interesting, Paul. I'm not going to mention which of you is Paul. Sorry. Very interesting. Interesting, Paul Atreides. Who knows who knows what I'm referencing there? Who knows? First person to tell me where the hell I got Paul Atreides from gets a sticker. First person. Boom. Damn it. But he's in Sweden. It's okay. I'll send it to you with an envelope. Drop me a note and give me your. I think I might even have. Do I have your mailing address? I'll check my emails. You can only shoot one buck. Yeah. Look, I have the right to one deer per season. I also have the right to, unless they've changed it in the past 30 seconds, one wild turkey. If I buy the permit. For moose, it's either 2, 3, or maybe even 4 hunters for one moose. I don't know if it's 4 anymore, but it's 2 or 3.
Tenenbaum's the only one who even tried. By the way, you guys, man, you're letting me down. You know what I'm saying? One goblin in the spring. The thing is, wild turkeys in Quebec are a reintroduced species. Like they were gone, and so the population isn't really big enough to go more than one per hunter. Now with turkey hunting, that's pretty much the only one where you don't need to wear the orange vest. And like the reason that I was told during my course was that because they can see it coming from a mile away, but I have no idea. Maybe one year I should do Anticosti. Serge, I'll tell you this for free. I respect people who at least try. Elk. Okay, yeah, man, I've never shot an elk. I do love the taste of elk though. Oh, is it going to become like a meme now? Am I going to have to make a t-shirt and Dune. The Dune live stream. Dune and Beer Blades and Bushcraft. This isn't making a whole lot of sense. A guy I used to hunt with, he had this little Winchester Scout, I think it was called. A small rifle. Not like a kid's size. Well, it came in a full length, and one that was shorter, like a junior. So it was kind of a kid's size. Because this guy was small, man. This guy was smaller than me, and I'm not a tall dude by any stretch. And man, that little rifle just fit me perfectly. I was like, wow, this is. I mean, because it looked small, not like a. What do they call that? That straight up kids rifle, the one that comes in either like a pink stock or a brown stock, or no, pink or black. Is that a Marlin? Cricket or something? I don't know. Little 22. This wasn't that small. It was more like a. It's more like a youth model, you know. But man, that thing pointed well. I loved it. Push feed Winchester. You know, it was from sort of the bad old days of Winchester. When I got mine had gone back to the claw feed in 2008 or something. Okay, guys. Okay. Oh, Nick, nice. Now here's the thing. This guy was a drunk. He was the type of guy who woke up in the morning, sat up, put his feet over the side of the bed, cracked open a bud, and lit a cigarette. You know, it's like, oh, why are you drinking bud? But the thing is, he didn't unload his rifle when coming indoors. It's like, what? I mean, because that's, you know, you're taught, you know, like that's part of the whole safety thing. You know, you unload it before you come indoors, or you leave your rifle outside. And he would just, and the thing is, this guy, you know, comes in, tosses his rifle down in the corner. He's drunk, like most of the time. It was just like, I finally had to tell the guys, like, I can't come if this guy's coming because I don't feel safe around him, you know? No, that's the thing. And no, you don't hunt with that clown. He once bagged a deer at that camp
by shooting between two parked, like, the cars were all parked, tuk, 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 tuk. And he shot between two of them and took out a deer. It's like, he just, he just didn't. You don't have the right to a firearm in Canada. It's a privilege, like driving a car. And like driving a car, you have to take a course and pass an exam. And this guy took the course and passed the exam and still did stuff like this. Like, I've seen some really scary crap. Guys with like a beer or two in them and a firearm. I'm like, oh, man, really? This guy just took the cake, Because you know better. In Canada, you know better. Because they won't let you have a rifle unless you know better. Hold on. Yes, Nick, I think Simone did. Anyways. I don't know. That guy was... I wonder where he is today. This guy was so small that all his hunting clothes were too big for him. All of them. He had to roll up the cuffs on everything. This guy was small, man. But I do miss that scrappy rifle of his. I had this really old Leupold scope on it. Like, really old. Just a straight up 4X. I like that old stuff. I definitely like old stuff. If it becomes... Why are we talking about firearms again? How does that happen like every 3 weeks in my live streams? Like, what started us down this road? What the hell? I didn't want to talk about firearms. I don't know. Somebody whose name I do not recognize just sent me a message on the Facebook Messenger. Is this going to be spam? Or is it going to be like another, like, come see my naked photos? Cack. Whoa. Okay. Oh, now I feel like an asshole. This is somebody offering me breast milk for my baby. Because of the whole... for those of you who don't know, but I think all of you do, we had a very bad anaphylactic event with clam. Well, we've had a couple of them now, but the latest one was... it looked like it was milk that triggered it, but we're not sure yet. And we're going to know when the tests come back. And through events being what they are, we were being forced to transition to cow's milk because there's, because the maternal milk is tapering off, shall we say. So we had a very stressful couple of weeks where I was just like trying to find any solution. Anyway, she's on a very special formula. We never thought we were going to have a kid on formula, but life just shoots you in the face sometimes. Oh yeah, you're talking about your daughter and the deer. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I knew that. I totally knew that. Come on, hey, hey.
So did TikTok installationalize on my phone? I'm just trying to get to the screen where I punch in my code. Come on. Thank you. Nothing's happening. No, I don't want Siri. TikTok. TikTok. Well, that looks promising. Would look more promising if it would focus. It's okay. The wood pigeons is here. Wood pigeons. Sorry, man. Wood pigeon is here. Wood pigeon, one day you should tell me how much it would cost to get like a little pouch made out of a pelt. I don't even know what kind of pouch I would want. Something. Because you work a lot with skins. Like a little deerskin pouch. Maybe you still had the fur still on, you know? I don't know. It's something that I think about every now and again and then forget about. I don't really know if I very much want one because I used to have specific contexts in which I wanted something like that. And I kind of don't anymore because I'm not that person anymore, but I still sort of wonder about it sometimes. Looks to me like TikTok works. Would like to send me notifications. No, don't send me notifications. I'm just going to close that. But yes, it works. Okay, Tyler, I will look into setting it. I guess I have to set up an account and stuff. I'll look into it and I'll drop you a note. 39 campers here. 39. I mean, because look, okay, I don't want to dive back into firearms, but 39 has a firearm that I would love. He's got a muzzle loader that I would love. The problem with his muzzle loader is that I have this problem that my length of pull I think might be a little shorter than most people's, and his really cool muzzle loader might be a little too long for me. Just going by the numbers that I remember looking up when I was still buying guns. So wood pigeons here. 39 is here. Man, this is all right. We got a whole bunch of people hanging and talking and stuff. Any interested in doing a gig in Pennsylvania? I know the guy that does all the bookings here. I'll tell you something about playing in the States. For a Canadian band, playing in the States is an awful lot like swallowing a bag of razor blades and then passing them very quickly. And I'll tell you why. Because if an American band wants to come north of the border to play, the visa is very fast. If a Canadian band wants to play in the United States, I happen to know musicians who have missed the gigs because the American government hasn't gotten on that yet. And we played a wedding in Vermont because, man, if it was easy to cross the border, I'd be like, hell yeah, of course. I could speak to my guys, by the way, and we could maybe work something out anyway. But it was like 3 days before the gig when our paperwork finally came through, and we had to drive our asses to Toronto, which was fortunately kind of on the way, except not really. How did that work out? We had to drive to Toronto. We were on our way to a wedding gig. Right. Okay. This sucked. We had to drive to Toronto and then drive back for a wedding gig in Hudson and then drive across the border for another wedding gig in Vermont. But man, it's tough. I just wish it was easier, And just going by the pictures that you sent me outdoor, that looks like a really nice little place. Man, I got a wicked splinter today. Where the hell's Zach Fudge? How come he's not on?
Yeah, it looks really good. There's a really nice cafe out where my dad lives, out in the Okanagan, and I saw a guy called Harry Manx there once. He's like kind of a folky bluesy guy, but with a little sitar element in there. Yes, it was a great show. Really nice place. The food was fabulous. Expensive though, like an expensive night out because you had to buy a ticket, you know. Um, and for a long time, I wanted to have a place, you know, have like a cafe, you know, or a bar, anything like something that had a stage on it. And when I walk into a really nice place, like I don't mean really nice like high end and chic and all that, but like a well done place with a good atmosphere and you know a nice selection of booze and good food, and it sort of reminds me that man, I wanted to have a place at one point. Problem is like especially if you open a cafe, you can limp along for years before you finally go under. Like if it doesn't succeed, you know. I don't want to limp along for years, hemorrhaging money. Uh, Hold on. Wow, outdoor. Holy crap. Nice. What the hell were you doing eating poutine there? Poutine, by the way, is from Quebec, and the only true poutine happens in Quebec. Fries, brown sauce, cheese curd. Boom, done. Magic. Yeah, 39, man. Fall is amazing. I'm loving it. But yeah, poutine in a burger sounds pretty good to me right now. Poutine is the national dish of Quebec. Yes, it is. Joe's here. Joe, man. Joe. One day I want to talk axes with you because you've got like some of my favorite stuff hanging on your wall. I just want to like sit down and talk about the joy of axes. For those of you who don't know Joe's Neon, but I think you probably all do because he's got more subs than I do. You got to see this guy, man. He's exuberant like you wouldn't believe. He's the opposite of me because I'm, you know, I'm me. I'm like, hi guys, yeah, this is really cool. But Joe, he clearly loves stuff like what he loves what he's talking about. He's got the kind of energy I wish I could work up, but you know I'm dead inside. Um, so that's just the way I am. Oh look, beer. Joe's got some nice double bits. I would love to get some nice double bits. Actually, I think Joe's Neon and I should do a song together. You should play up some chords, send them to me. I'll put a bass line on, and we can stick it up on the channels or something. I don't know. I'm not thinking this through. Outdoor, as I said to Simo, I'm going to remind the handle maker that we ordered something because I think that we fell through the cracks between two large orders because he sometimes does very very large orders, and he did say that we would come up after a fairly large, like a 40 handle order kind of thing. Can you imagine anyone doing that kind of business in axe handles today? What? Like 20 of the same handle, 30 of the same, like who the I've often said that I wish Canada had a version of like the US Forest Service, like a volunteer organization that you could it's a sad day, folks, because that's a good beer. It's definitely not in my normal palate. Because a goza must be kind of like a sour. Oh, excuse me.
I forgot to read you guys the ingredients. Local, as you guys have been watching me know, local to Ontario, not to me. Local spring water, organic barley and wheat malts, Newfoundland partridge berries. So that's where the Fogo comes from. Organic hops, sea salt, and brewer's yeast. Sea salt. Sea salt. Everyone hold on. Joe, don't go anywhere. I want to show you my latest axe head. Most of you guys have seen this. Joe, I do not think has. Well, I don't know. You might have seen the episode. I'll just keep talking so you guys don't think I'm like disappearing. I know I said I would keep talking, but then I didn't because I figured it was silly. Excuse me. Joe, check this baby out. Check this out. This is like the Enterprise, man. I finally have my hewing axe. Now, I'm still on the I'm still passively looking for a Canada pattern one. A Canada pattern. Those of you who don't know much about hewing axes, the Canada pattern has a ridge right down the middle, and so the bevel sort of does this kind of thing. If you ever see that on a hewing axe, that's a Canada pattern. This, I believe, is a Pennsylvania pattern. At least that's what my my research has told me. There are really only 3 ubiquitous patterns. There's the Canada pattern, there's the Pennsylvania, and there's another one that I can't remember right now because I've been drinking a strong beer all night. I can't wait to get that thing handled. Apparently, these Pennsylvanias don't require a dog leg handle. It's just an offset. Yeah, I don't know why I brought this out. You guys have seen this, right? You guys who've watched my channel forever. I put this up. Here's the funny thing. Okay, I know why I took this out. Because I went to the Axe Junkies Facebook group, which Joe's Neon should be part of. And this baby right here, this Norland, I said, I'm putting this up for trade. It's a great little double, but I want a hewing axe more. And a couple of guys hit me up. And this hewing axe here, like, was supposed to be for trade, and I think he forgot that, so he said, I'll give it to you for X dollars plus shipping, and the X dollars plus shipping tend to count to less than it would cost me to ship this. So I said, yep. Fabulous deal for a fabulous axe head. Great condition. So I still got this little Norland. A little Norland double. So I guess that worked out in my favor. No daisies, no tulips, not this time. Yeah, they all are. I love them. I don't know if I'm going to keep this little Norland though. You know what I want? I want a nice, just because when I bought this was expensive, by the way. This was like 175 Canadian. But it was already restored and everything. And but I was like, I always wanted a Norland. And I still want a Norland, but I want one that's just the head so that I can handle it myself, you know? Anyway, what else? It's a nice little axe. I like it. I might actually do better just getting a Hudson Bay pattern though, because I have a real Jones for a nice. I want a double bit saddle cruiser, which this essentially is. So fine, but I also want like a full on cruiser. you know, not like one of those big throwing ones that have like the really like you know, where the blades sort of have this dramatic. No, you know, I like it that almost flat at the top and then comes down. But you know, the traditional sort of. I really want one, but it's a lot of the stuff I'm passively looking for, because the kind of thing where, you know, I can't really budget for it all the time. Hold on, I'm just sending a thumbs up to someone. If I can find the thumbs up. Piss on a biscuit. Did I really do that? See, black man. Boom, baby. All right. But yeah, man, I wish we had like I wish there was that kind of a forest service organization up here. I'd be volunteering, man. I'd be doing trail maintenance. I'd be sharpening up axes. Have you guys all seen an axe to grind? That U.S. Forest Service video from what, the 80s or something, maybe? Like, it looks real dated. But I watch it every few months. I watch it. I really like it. Joe, come on, you can't leave. All right. See you soon, though. The porteur. Wait, whoa, why am I demonetized? I ain't done nothing. I ain't done nothing wrong. Maybe I should organize a Canadian Forest Service. I do like a nice porter, Outdoor Dauber. Outdoor just sent me a picture of the porter he had. I like a nice porter. I like stout. I like porter. I'm sort of, my tastes are kind of changing to like a stout or a porter is a nice wintertime beer, whereas something more like a session ale, excuse me, is a better summertime choice, you know? My taste in Scotch are morphing into something very similar. Simonac, yeah. That's what got me demonetized. 39, man. If I could cross the border with some beers, then yes, of course. Are you kidding? That would be amazing. Maybe there is a way to trade beer across the border. Maybe. I just opened a bottle of scotch that I recently bought. That I didn't really want to open, but I kind of did. It's one of those. It cost a lot of money. So, well, not a lot. Yeah, it cost a lot of money. Shut up, Jesse. Here's the thing. Once you open a bottle of scotch, it starts to evaporate. And so the taste profile starts to change. I don't mean like you got to finish it off in a month, but I mean, you can't keep a bottle of scotch for 5 years and have it still as good as it was meant to be. So I've got these two $200 bottles of scotch, and I've opened one of them. I was like, and here's the thing: once they only make like 280 of these bottles, so once it's gone, you're done. You can't get it back. And so what I have to do is not finish it off too fast, because I don't want to, but I also don't want to keep it around long enough that the flavor profile starts to go on it. So there's going to be a real delicate balance going on there. So good though. Holy crap. Holy crap. It's so good. I'm going to go get the bottle to show you guys. Talk amongst yourselves. So I bought, no, this was an expensive summer. I bought 2 of these bottles. This one's called Salt and Vinegar Kelp. Okay. So it's got a real sort of, well, here, I'll read you what it says. Classic Isla malt, classic Isla with blade-like peaty precision, an almost daunting minerality, and a lip-smacking, vinegar-sodden coastal smoky perfection. Which is exactly what it tastes like. Distilled 24th of September 2007. The cask is a refill Hogshead X bourbon from Isla. Isla is where some of the real peaty ones like Lagavulin and I think Lefroy also comes from Isla. And it smells great. And the nice thing about it is the first thing you get is the peat and the smoke, both of which are dreamy. And then you take a sip and you're talking, and then it's like a minute later, suddenly a hint of like a salt and vinegar thing happens sort of at the side near the back of your tongue. So it's like a real slow bloom, you know? Hey, Hike, how's it going? Didn't I see you at Canoe Hounds? That was a good live stream. That guy's got, his live streams are good, man. And here's the thing: 39. You have old bottles, keep them. I can't buy this in Quebec. I have to go to Alberta to get it, or have my fiddler bring it when he comes. And you have to be a member. You can't just buy the bottle. You have to be a member. This bottle actually wasn't as expensive. This one was $189.99 Canadian. And the way it works is for your first year membership, if you buy a bottle that's 180 or more and you've never been a member, it comes with the membership. Or you can buy a membership and get like a little sampler of 4 mini bottles. But what? No. So this was my gateway bottle. I have another one sitting upstairs that was more. That one was like, I think 204. But that one, this one is exquisite, but that one is spectacular. And I'm not opening that one until I've finished off a few of my scotches. Beer Blades and Bushcraft, and he's talking about scotch. What? $39. No, you can't. I'm sure it won't make it across the border. I don't know if you remember Ron Swanson, right? Fox Company. It's called something else now. Living Life or Living something. He tried to send me a wee bottle of scotch. He tried to send me a wee bottle of scotch, but of course it didn't make it across the border. Got sent back. They wouldn't let him send it. Yeah, right. They gave him a hassle at the post office. Said they wouldn't send it. So, but yeah, it'd be nice if we could send beer and wine to each other. But governments, right? Governments. Yep. Hike with Mike, by the way. For those of you who have channels here, I strongly suggest that you check out each other's channels. I'm not going to do that thing where I say subscribe to each other and blah, 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 because YouTube is really smartening up to that. And it looks like they're kind of punishing people for it. Hike, I like your channels. I like how, you're just taking on several of your videos, you're just sort of taking a hike and talking about something philosophical about the area or whatever. It's a good way to differentiate yourself from the rest of us who are showing how to use a ferro rod and stuff. I don't know if you can send apple cider. Nathan 4071 would find a way to get around that pesky alcohol. Yeah, he probably would. Yeah, I don't know. He probably would. Rats. Okay. I shall sniff the scotch, but I did not bring down a Glencairn glass, so I will not be drinking it. Also, because like I opened this on Friday night because my fiddler was here, and he brought the bottle, and we're already down to here, so I'm slowing down on that one. I mean, look, it was Thanksgiving yesterday, so I was sharing, but still. But yeah, so if anyone here hasn't checked out Hike with Mike's channel, I back the concept of checking it out. It's a good channel. And I think we need more channels who are just, out there taking a little hike or whatever and just talking about stuff. It doesn't all have to be gear reviews or fire starting, We get into this 39. Here's the deal. Wait, is turkey and ham the main feature of Canadian Thanksgiving like the USA? Turkey, yes. You see some ham. We did a turkey with stuffing. We did instead of cranberries, we had a ketchup au fruits. Like in Quebec English, you call it a fruit ketchup. In Ontario English, you call it a fruit chutney. So I guess it must be a chutney in English. I made some of that. But I think a lot of people just do cranberries. Like there's a green bean thing, like a green bean casserole. We had squash. We didn't have sweet potatoes this time, but typical. Really typical. Apple crumble. No, apple crisp. And ice cream for afters. I'm getting hungry here, guys. Yeah, hike with Mike. Here's the way I put it. Canadian Thanksgiving is yellow and orange leaves, t-shirt weather, but just getting into winter, into like sweater weather. Beautiful walk in the forest. American Thanksgiving is bare trees, snow on the ground, big boots. No, Hamza was outdoor. Hamza was here last time, I think, or the time before, but he only came on briefly. The thing is, it's late in Hamza's town when I'm on, 39. Yeah, you can probably send a pepper. I think big boots. I said big boots. Outdoor boots. They go on your feet. Big, clunky boots. 39. You gonna send me like a Carolina Reaper or something? I should do like a pepper challenge on my channel. Have Serge over, or like Robin, have 3 peppers. And like, okay, heads up, we're gonna eat these peppers. I'm trying to talk about bushcraft, and if we cry, we lose. And if we don't cry, we win. What do we win? Nobody knows. What do we lose? Our pride. Right, Serge? Slap your mama. Carolina boots.
Okay, so Outdoor actually wants us to do that. I don't know. What do you think, Sash? We'll each bring like our favorite bushcraft tool. I'll shoot this with whoever is local wants to do this and has like a favorite bushcraft tool. And we'll sit in the woods. Go, okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. And then the task will be to discuss the tool for as long as you can. I think I'm getting us into trouble here, eh, Sash? I don't know. Would you be into that? I think the guys would be into that. Like Outdoor would love to watch us cry, evidently, judging by what he's saying. Tea's a good drink. The one thing that would make tea better is a chocolate chip cookie. That's weird. Anyway. Or maybe a live stream. Oh my God, a live stream. Could you imagine? Could you imagine trying to get a live stream? You know what? Maybe we should take a poll. Maybe I'll try to put a poll up on like as a YouTube post. Who would like to see us do a Carolina Reaper live stream versus an episode? And maybe it doesn't have to be a bushcraft tool. Maybe it can be a workshop tool. I don't know. Because, I mean, like not everyone's got a favorite bushcraft tool. I do. It's right there on the wall. You know what I would love to have, though? I've been looking at how many of you guys yeah, Outdoor the next day. Oh God. My anus is bleeding. Really, in Florida? Yeah, okay. 39, do you yeah? So do you want to see me do a video like that and then challenge you? Think we can get a challenge started? Let us see your pepper challenge. Where would I even get a Carolina Reaper here in Canada? Not UGA, IGA maybe? Metro? No. Like, where would I find a pepper in Canada? Oh, this is American IGA. Sorry. Canadian IGA. I wonder if IGA is like A&W, where the Canadian version is not even the same company. Yeah? Because apparently IGA in Western Canada and IGA in Quebec are not the same company. Companies are really confusing, guys. What a stupid thing to do. Companies are really confusing. Good and bad all over this pepper idea. Yeah. Okay. 39. I'll work on this. If you can send me one, and well, actually, if you can send me 3, and they'll get across the border, that would be amazing. I could probably find a Scotch bonnet. It'll fit the Carolina Reaper. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to say that. Nice one, Ike. Yeah, a Caribbean grocery. Yeah, we got those all over the town. What does IGA stand for? Independent Grocers of America? Where did that come from? Is that even right? International Grocery Association. Dehydrated. But if they're dehydrated, do you just munch them or do you like soak them first? Because dehydrated might get across the border. Because I think it was Anthony sent me some Slap Ya Mama. And that's essentially just pepper flakes. I'm going to take note of this idea so that I don't forget it.
39 years ago, you suggested a canning, like a pressure canner to me, and I keep forgetting what it was. Won't do it as a live stream. We'll do it as an episode so that I can actually challenge you, like, and have it up. And okay, I'm challenging 39 Camper to munch on a Carolina Reaper and talk about his favorite bush tool for as long as he can. Like, we'll set it up so that, you know, when you have to give up and drink the damn milk or whatever, you know, that's when your challenge is done. It's like, okay, this is how long I made it, kind of thing. I don't know. Does that sound interesting? Or do you have a better idea? Serge is probably just running scared already. He's like, oh, my asshole's going to burn. Oh, yeah. Independent Grocers Association. That is what it is, outdoor. I don't know why I know this. Soak it for a few. Okay. Soaked in vodka. I have soaked in vodka. I'm going to heat. No. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. I'm just taking a note. Yes, Tenenbaum, you're the eye. Yes, they are owned by Sobeys now. The official YouTube challenge. I'm on the G now. I'll text Rob and see if he wants to do it. So I know I'm doing it with Serge. So we need 3 peppers. 2 or 3. Serge is repaying his new Bushcraft pack. Ah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, well, Sobeys owns IGA. They own someone else local too, though, don't they? Because Loblaws owns Provigo. This is probably boring the international people, so we'll take it offline. So for when, you know, we finally give up and have to drink something, it's not going to be water. Is it milk? Like, does or cream? Does the fat really help? I watch Sash. Give the bag for milk. Because I was watching Hot Ones with Alton Brown, and he said cream. He said because what you want is the fat. Sash is not giving back that pack. He's going to pay for it with tears and possibly ass blood the next day. Ass blood is now a term. You may all use it. You may all use it. Footnote, you know, Jesse Corbett 2019, but ass blood. I used to work in a pub, okay? On Crescent Street here in Montreal. It was the worst Irish pub in town. No surprise that it went under. Incompetence everywhere. But we used to have these 911 wings, okay? And here's the thing about Montreal. On any given weekend, it's full of Bostonian kids because they can drink at 18 here. And it's not that long a trip. And so these kids would come to Montreal and hit the bars and come into our pub and like have Canadian beer and then say, bring the 911 wings. And we're like, okay, A, you can't have your money back if you order them. And B, we don't suggest you eat them. Like, no, because, you know, these guys were always trying to show how much tougher they were, you know, America and all this. And, you know, the mix of Canadian beer and these 911 wings that were deadly. I mean, these poor guys would go back to their hotel rooms and like hold on to the towel rack for dear life, pouring their entire, you know, sweat, blood, and soul down the toilet from, you know, pissing from the rear. Why am I talking about this?
I don't know. So let's just move on. But yes, I'm gonna set that episode up with at least one or two other guys because I think it would be more fun with more guys like crying. Blood, yeah. I'm pretty sure Sasha's liking that pack. I like that pack. That pack is really nice. That pack is probably nicer than my packs. Blood TM. I love it. Blood TM. Rain Dance Bushcraft. How much does weed cost here? I don't know because I don't buy it, but I think the government stores are expensive. What the hell is the SAAQ? What's the SAQ for weed called? Is it SMDQ? No. Does anyone know what the weed stores are called? I don't know, but I hear that they're expensive though. Yeah, new T-shirt. Ass blood. Picture of an axe underneath it. Axe blood. Oh, stop. SRDQ. SR. What the hell is? Simone probably knows. What the hell are the government weed stores called? No. Société. Quelque chose, Q. Société du. I don't know. Not there. It's probably expensive as hell compared to you. SQDC, that's it. That's it. And I don't know what the prices are like, but I hear that it's expensive for what you get because you get this big stylish box with like a little chunk inside or something. Oh, Simon is there with the linkage. Merci d'entrer votre date de naissance pour confirmer que vous avez au moins 18 ans. Shut up. Shut up and shut up. So you can buy it fleur séchée, so dried, ground. I don't know what the hell pré-roulé. Oh, pre-rolled. Oil, capsules, or oral atomizer, spray. But this doesn't tell me. Voir les produits. Okay. So, dried stuff. $5, 11 per gram of certain ones. There are many different prices. But I have no idea what. Sensei Star. Namaste. 703 a gram. I don't know. Yeah, nobody lies online about their age. No way. No way. I wouldn't lie about my age. I love being almost 50. You'll stick to chaga, thanks. I have not actually had chaga tea yet in my life. I have burnt chaga as a tinder. But yeah, I would like to have a nice chaga tea one night. Wow, is it already 22:36? Amazing. Amazing. I think that it's funny because people thought that when that stuff was legalized, that everyone would be toking up everywhere, and it's just not happening. I mean, there are some areas where I notice the smell a lot more, but the city isn't draped in marijuana smoke. And is the same age as Mr. Justin Trudeau. Well, he makes it look better than I do. Not my guy, but he does make it look better than I do. Mr. Justin. What the hell? I will recycle that in a responsible manner. I just want to look at this again. Oh, it's so heavy. I can't wait to have this thing like prepped for actual work. The axe is a magical tool, So many different forms, so many different patterns, so many different contexts. So much history, too, Like the axe goes so far back. Hey, are Tyler and Nick still here? Those two guys. Come on, Jess. Those two make a lot of stuff. Maybe they should. That's what she said. It's a family show. What's your favorite, Tyler? Always put the context in. What's your favorite tool, Tyler? Because you and Nick both do a lot of things that require implements. So I'm just wondering, because to me, my favorite tool is a bushcraft tool. Even though it's not the only thing I do. I do a lot of woodworking and stuff. I have done a lot of woodworking, and I still do when I can. But my favorite tool is not a plane or a saw. It's this axe that I have next to my computer, right? It's the small forest axe that is not the best for chopping down trees, and it's not the best for splitting, but for as an all-around camp axe, this thing really, really rocks. And I do believe that this right here is my favorite tool. I mean, you guys use a lot of stuff when you're making stuff, One of your planes or one of your custom hammers? I didn't know you got custom hammers. Tell us about that. Outdoor, I still need to fix the, a Stanley Sweetheart. Hell yeah. Nice. Outdoor, the bench is essentially finished. It's just I wrecked one side of it, and I just have to fix that. I bought a new router because the old router, the depth stop going on it was what destroyed the end of my desk, of my bench. So I bought a new router. I know how I'm going to fix it. I just have to find the time to do it. I'll probably have Robin over to help me. I would love to have an anvil, Tyler. I would love to have an anvil. Anvil is the heart of the workshop in some places. It's weird that my desk is flat. My computer is flat. My screen is flat.
My camera is flat. And the picture is cockeyed. What's going on with that? Anvil envy. Whoa. You got an anvil for $20? Wow. How the hell did you pull that off? That's the kind of deal that I would expect Outdoor Dauber to have. So Nick, what's Nick's favorite tool? She does stuff too, right? I mean, I've seen from your Instagram feed that you're both making stuff all the time. I mean, I guess to some people their favorite tool would be like knitting needles or whatever, but yeah, a railroad rail anvil. A lot of people have that sort of as a starter anvil. That's kind of the only thing I would have room for, but I would love one day to have a big full-sized anvil up on a big honka hardwood in the middle of my workshop. That'd be cool. Drawing pencils, yeah. I winter project. That sounds like a great winter project. Nick, what the pencils I don't care about so much because I only use the pencils as well. I say I don't care so much, but it just says, is this like a 2H here? 5H. Right, little Faber-Castell action. Come on, focus. That's a 5H. So if I was to draw a line, right, 5H. Nothing shows up on this. Stupidness. But mostly, I just use the pencils to draw the very first sort of hint of the form that I want to do. And then I'll come in with like felt tips. I've got, 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 0.7 kind of thing. That's tape, Jesse. God damn it. Somewhere I've got these markers, these pens, and that's where I do like my most of my line work. I do not know where they went. Truth, Tyler. Five H is pretty hard. 5B is pretty soft. Like the straight up. I mean, you know this, right? The basic school pencil is HB. It's right in the middle. Yeah, okay. Snap, Serge. Is that what the B stands for? I don't know. I've always just sort of seen 2B. I like HB. I like 2B. I'm okay with like 2H. Well, especially because the lines that matter, I use pen for. Like if I was to do something like, this design I did for one of my T-shirts, right? I used a pencil just to do the outline of the shape, outline of the tent, outline of, but then everything else is all pens. 0.01 to 0.07, I think. And I just did that for a T-shirt design. It's nothing big. Serge, I knew somebody was going to do that. So I guess it's okay that it was you. I could draw a stick figure too. It's perfectly acceptable. Perfectly acceptable. Fine tip pens are supposed to be used on photos for pointillism pieces mostly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Pointillism is magical. If it's done right, pointillism is magical. If it's not done right, pointillism is irritating. I've done a lot of pointillism in my life. I don't really do art anymore. I mean, unless I'm doing a t-shirt design or something. But I know, Seth, you can't help yourself. I know. I know it well. Excuse me. Oh well. But like, I think it's important to have a favorite implement, Pointillism is your absolute favorite. For me, it's watercolor. That's the nice thing about Outdoor Dauber. That's the nice thing about it, Outdoor Dauber. I can definitely do anatomically correct stick figures. It's the magic of a stick figure. It all happens here in your imagination. So tired. So tired. Yeah, for me, my favorite is watercolors. I love the look of watercolor. Even like if you're drawing or painting something completely mundane, just the nature of watercolors makes it look kind of slightly fantasy-esque. So I do love it. I do love it well. Yeah, you probably do. I'll take a look at it after this live stream. Dry skin, evidently. Happy little trees. You should put a happy little tree right up in here. 2H is your favorite. Good man. 2H is a good one. That's a very good one. Guys, I think I'm too tired. Wait. Okay, we're at 22:50. I'm going to end it 10 minutes early because I've got a sick kid. I'm never sleeping. I got to go to bed. And I hope I'll see you guys next week. Maybe, I haven't decided yet, but maybe next week I'll do another StreamYard. I'll decide on a subject, and what the subject is will decide which guests I want to have on. If anyone would really like to be in on a conversation about something specific next week, drop me a note. If I can get a couple of people involved and have a little panel discussion going, that's great. No, I'm not doing you don't do a shot of this scotch, but yeah. So I will speak to you guys soonish, and maybe Tyler will want to do an episode on haversacks or something. Okay, thank you for hanging out with me for another fabulous week of live streaming. I hope to see you all next week. Everybody be safe. Everybody love your neighbor. I don't know, whatever. Have a good night. I'll speak to you guys soon.